trying to just expand it all.
What are the holes for?
So the lettuce will sit in the holes, and then the water will flow down the pipes and like feed the lettuce basically.
Oh.
So you can walk through, but just be careful because there's stuff everywhere, you know.
Careful, bete. Careful.
I like the camouflage Crocs. I got some of my own. Very nice. You like the
rainbow one.
Thank you. Yeah, they're kind of fun. My party Crocs and my work Crocs, you know.
My brother also has some camouflage ones.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hell yeah. Nice. Or heck yeah, sorry. So yeah, you can come down here. Please just don't step on any of the pipes. It's pretty crazy right now, but just trying to make everything, have higher capacity to grow more lettuce. Those are sandbags, so they just kind of like take up space, and that is an area where whenever it would rain, it would be like a big puddle, and then you'd have mosquitoes, and you'd have bugs and stuff like that. So if I just put the bags there, it, keeps the water away.
Oh.
I just filled up 100 more sandbags over there. Yeah, we can keep walking on through. Not a lot to see. It's kind of just a regular day.
Are these edible?
They are, yeah. You can go ahead. Here, clutch. Maybe you can grab whatever you want. Take a bite. Just make sure there's no bugs on it. What do you think? I saw you go. Yeah, it's not great without ranch, but people buy it. So it's all really resilient. Like the lettuce is all optimized for hydroponics.
What's hydroponics?
So it's a system of growing where you don't use any soil, you only use water. So there's like, water in there. And the pump will kick on in a minute. Every 20 minutes you'll hear the pump run and it circulates water through. And so yeah, I put them in these big trays that have these squares. I put a little seed in it, and then when it gets kind of big, you break them apart. You put them in the rails. Yeah. You don't have to eat all that if you don't want. If it's gross, you can just throw it. Yeah. It's a little crazy. There's stuff everywhere. But this is where the water comes from. So this is the big tank full of water. It's got some nutrients in there. I have to weigh them and add them depending on how much,
Put water in them every month?
I have to put water in it like almost every day, especially during the summer because the
Water
lettuce
evaporates?
Exactly, yeah. And all of these plants are like little tiny evaporator engines. They just shoot water into the air all day. So between the heat and between the water coming out of the rails and between the plants sucking it up, we lose a lot of water. So we need it to be an EC. It's called an electroconductivity measurer. And so I put all of the chemicals in there at a ratio, and this only measures one of the chemicals, the salt. And so I know that if the salt is at a certain level, all the other chemicals are at the same level, basically, because they'll go in at the same concentration. So it's supposed to be at 1.2, but it's at 1. Oh, there's the pump. But 1 is okay, I think. Let's check the acidity. So I have this paper.
Paper at our school.
Yeah. It's pretty common. It's a really good test to be able to test for acidity. So for example, this right here, have you ever heard of that?
No.
Phosphoric acid. So this is like a really, really strong acid. They use it to sterilize like sewage pipes sometimes. But check it out. So I'm gonna put just a little bit on this paper. Oh,
Ooh, red.
Yeah, see, it's like deep, deep red. So that's like
It kind of looks like blood.
kinda. So that's like 0 or 1. That's like extremely acidic. So I'm just gonna put that in the ground, and then we'll test the water next. Do you want to test the water, one of you?
Yeah, I'll test
Here,
it.
you both can. Go ahead and pull some out.
Where do I test the water?
So you got to stick your fingers into the hole where all the pipes go.
In here?
Yeah, don't fall. There you go.
It's
Yellow.
6.
Yeah,
6.
6. Looks like it's a 6, almost green maybe. So we want it to be 5.9, but this only does whole numbers. So I think that that's pretty fine, because as long as it's within 5 and 7, the plants will be okay.
Okay.
And so I think we're good. You can just check that wherever you, or keep it if you want. I don't know. So it looks like we're good on the nutrients and the acidity. So the water that comes out of the hose is sometimes like between 7 and 8. So I have to add acidity to make the plants grow. If there's not enough acidity, or if it's too alkaline, the plants won't take up the nutrients out of the water.
Okay. So, the higher the number is, the less acidic it is.
The closer to 0, the more acidic, and then more than 7 is alkaline or basic. So like the pH scale is like 0 to 14, and 7 is neutral.
Okay.
So it's weird. It's kind of like, yeah. You know how like 32 is freezing? Doesn't really make a lot of sense. It seems like 0 would be freezing, but that's kind of how the pH scale is. It's like 7 is the middle. Those are all my nutrients there. We've got some general fertilizer. This is a
general flavor, not
so it'll just have like a combination of many different things in it. So you see these 3 numbers. Almost all fertilizers have 3 numbers on the front. That one's a little easier to see. 5, 11, 26. It's nitrogen.
Helium?
It's NPK. So do you know what the P is in chemistry?
Potassium?
Close. So that one is potassium. Potassium's weird because it's represented by the symbol K. But the one that starts with a P actually sounds like it starts with a...
Phosphorus.
That's right, phosphorus. So we got nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium.
Potassium.
And you can remember roots, fruits, oh, I'm sorry, shoots, roots, and fruits. Or shoots, wait. Oh God, don't put this on YouTube. I don't really need great roots because all they need to do is suck up water. So I have to have a high concentration of N, but that's the lowest number. So I have to supplement it with this, which is nitrogen.
Oh.
And then also Epsom salts, because they need a little bit of magnesium and a little bit of sulfur. Yeah. So got a whole bunch of chemicals, always measuring and weighing out, and then putting them in the barrel. It's pretty easy. I don't want to work for this guy anymore, so I looked at what it would cost to start this, and it was a lot of money, but it's worth it, and I've already paid it all off in my 2nd year, so yeah. Any other questions? Say that it's demanding. I wouldn't say that it's really, really hard. It's certainly not brainy, but it's a lot of physical work, a lot of time, and I have to come here twice a day to check on it. You know, the water... Huh? Yeah, those are my sprinklers. I should probably turn them off. You know, if things get too dry in here, all the lettuce will die at the same time, and then I have to call all my customers and tell them that I'm not going to have lettuce for a month, which is not a fun conversation to have. So, yeah, I have to check on it twice every day.
That is bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be, it's horrible. I've had to do it where my solar generator turned off, and it was like, I came in here and everything was like potato chip crispy. So can't sell that to a restaurant.
A restaurant.
Mm-hmm. So I sell to a restaurant that's up the road called Glass House Kitchen. They use my lettuce on their menu.
Oh.
I also goes off real quick. I'm gonna just shimmy up the side here.
कैसा है?
अच्छा हाँ अच्छा हाँ
Yeah, so first I have to drill them with the hole saw. Sharp. It feels like arts and crafts. This is my torch. This is one of my favorite farm tools. I get to burn all the weeds under the fence once a month. It's like, I love it. Very fun.
So it's like a flamethrower.
It's not a flamethrower, but it's the closest thing that I have. So before you torch them, you go through and you spray it with vinegar, and the vinegar causes all the leaves to kind of, and then that's how you operate it, right? For this, the torch? For that, okay. And so you gotta water it? Is that what you're doing?
That thing. Okay. But it's called a hose.
A little windy right now.
Yeah.
There's like a an igniter. I don't know where I put it though. Hang on. I'm gonna just take a quick look first.
द वेजिटेबल्स है हाँ हमारे घर में क्या है लीफ वेजिटेबल्स है
My favorite plants are the bitter plant and the Venus flytrap.
Cool. Those are really cool.
Mango, carrot, tomato,
Oh yeah.
pear. Yeah. What's that plant called? The Fuji? Fijora. Fijora.
I've never heard of that.
Coconut.
This is a swamp tree, so I put it in this container without holes. There's a bunch of them in here. But I'm trying to grow them into weird shapes and eventually make them a bonsai.
What's a bonsai?
So a bonsai is a type of horticulture that's a sculpture, and it's supposed to look like a really old tree because you wire them and shape them. So like this one's a bonsai. This one,
That looks like a Japanese tree.
yeah, it is. It's a Hinoki cypress.
This one also. I've seen this in Japanese pictures.
Yeah, they're all
This
pretty.
one too.
Yeah, they've been wired up. I'm trying to get them to be a little more refined, but this guy is a paper bark maple. That's another
Is that
Hinoki
what
cypress.
they use to make paper?
No, they make paper out of a lot of different things, but not paper bark. There's some taro over there, sunflowers. Do you want
Yeah,
to-
there's some bees.
Yeah, the bees love the sunflowers. This is a stagborn fern. This is a rabbit's foot fern, but it's kind of struggling in the heat. Variegated monstera, dwarf ginkgo, all kinds of stuff. bronze fennel, purple basil.
I also grow cactuses in my garden.
I love cactuses. I have a cactus that's flowering right now. You want to see?
Yeah.
It's inside.
A giant one.
You have a giant one? I don't have any giant cactuses. I need
In Roblox, technically.
a lot more time before they grow.
That
love
looks
it.
very much like cactus.
Yeah.
Don't they have water inside them?
I think they probably do.
Yeah,
This one's a little bit
yeah.
soft. Probably needs to be watered, but
And then
it-
that flower.
yeah, it's flowering right here, and it's got all these buds starting. And these are stone plants right here. Look at little aliens.
Yeah, they look more like coral.
Yeah,
They look more like
Looks like-
sea creatures.
yeah, like
Sea
maybe in the
animals, sea
sea
plants.
anemones or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. So I wish I could find the video.
Then become a farmer. Learn all the techniques. Okay, now you understand a little bit, right? How plants can grow.
There's not a ton of